I told him when I was on the stand that I saw this guy and he was in the area of where we had surgery. I really think he had something to do with it.
To make it good. Good evening. This is June the 10th. I'm Pastor Tony Reed, and I'm glad you tuned in on Facebook Live. I really appreciate you guys for this life lesson number 2. Tonight's message is brought by Sister Gail Thorpe in Orlando at G-Mom Daycare. She's one of our most powerful members. She's been with us from day one. And she brought this theme and she wanted to talk about it, and we will talk about it because I think it needs to be talked about. Because what we have been doing so far has not been working. When we have problems in our lives, we always attack each other. We need to attack the problem and not each other. That's the only way we can get any resolution. You have to fix the problem. You can't fix the person, and the person can't fix you. So we have to work on the solution, which is the problem, and find out a solution. Then we can move forward. Now, I can't tell you anything on what I think I know, because I know nothing by myself. It takes God, and God gives me everything that I need to know. And I appreciate God, and I respect Him, and I praise Him for that. Now, all throughout history, from day one, when a problem arose, they never dealt with the problem. They pointed out each other. And we've been doing that from day one. Now, I'm going to go to Genesis. I'm going to turn to Genesis in my Bible. Genesis chapter 3. And I'm going to show you how attacking each other doesn't work. But I'm going to show you what God did and how He came about. And He didn't deal with neither one of the people who caused the problem. He dealt with the problem. And this is what our lesson about. Not attacking each other, but let's fix the problem in our life. Don't blame each other. Don't blame one another. Don't blame somebody else for what we're going through, because we can fix it if we deal with the problem. Genesis chapter 3, verse 9. I want y'all to listen to me. Listen to me carefully. And the Lord God called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. Now, listen to what Adam said. He said he heard God coming like he always did. But this time, he hid himself because he was naked. Now, watch what God deal with. God is not going to deal with Adam or the serpent or Eve. Watch what God deal with. Verse 11, and he said, Who told thee thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? God went right to the problem. He went directly to the problem. He already knew what the problem is. Anytime a husband and a wife get into any kind of disagreement, both of them know what the problem is. But instead of dealing with the problem, they attack each other. Never fix the problem. He ended up hurting her, and she ended up hurting him, and it just festered. Never gets better. Verse 12. And the man said, watch what the man said. The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Pass the blame. Not dealing with the problem. Pass the blame. And that's what we always do that. And the Lord said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? Get what the woman did. And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Nobody is dealing with the problem. The problem was disobedience. If they would have been obedient, they would have never had the problem. Adam listened to his wife instead of listening to God, and Eve listened to a sinner, a snake. That's what she listened to. You see? Never attacking the problem. Adam blamed the woman, attacking her. Instead of saying, Lord, I was disobedient. I shouldn't have ate the fruit. And it wasn't the woman's fault. God didn't give the woman the commandment. For any man that's out there that's over a household, you are the household. You run the household. You don't blame her when stuff don't go wrong. When stuff don't go right. You don't blame her when stuff don't go right. You don't blame her when stuff don't go wrong. When stuff go right, y'all accept it together and y'all grow from it. When something go wrong, y'all accept it together and build from it. But the first person to accept the wrong should be the man, because he's the head of the house. That's why everything is messed up, because men don't want to accept it. They want to pass the buck. And we can't keep passing the buck, blaming other people for our problems. On the job or in the household. Now you say, oh, well, I'm a woman, Pastor Tony Reed, and I work around all women. So what happens when we have a problem? Same difference. Attack the problem. If a person do something out of order, it's a reason why that person did something out of order. If a person say something to you out of order, it's a reason. Don't fire back at that person. Ask yourself, why did you say that to me? What did I do to make you say that to me? What is the problem? Don't attack that person. And if that person attacking you, you got to be more self-conscious and know how to possess your own vessel. And not fire back. Don't be overcome with evil, but always overcome evil with good. And you might look like you're not winning. It might seem like you're not winning because you're always giving up the right for the wrong. Because why? Because you're going to deal with the problem and not the person. Once you deal with the problem, you can get a resolution. And the person will go home and they'll think about it. Say, I came at sister so-and-so hard, but she kept saying, what is the problem? No matter what I did, no matter what I said or how I said it, she wanted to know what caused me to act like I did. Deal with the problem, not the person. Okay? You cannot pass the blame. No time, never, because it doesn't work. Here we are in America. We've been in trouble for a long time as black people, blaming everybody for what's going wrong in our life. If I don't like my wife or my wife don't like me, it's not another nationality fault because of that. We can fix our own problem if we allow each other to address the problem. The problem in our life that got us messed up is S-I-N. It's sin that got us messed up. You say, well, how you going to go to sin, Pastor Tony Reed? Anytime somebody do something wrong, it's not good. If somebody call you out of your name, it's not good. If somebody laughing at you or making your life hard or making your life miserable, it's not good. That's evil. That's sinful. So sin is the denominator for everything that is wrong in our lives. That's what our problem is. And until we can recognize and understand what our problem is sin. It's not the person that is doing bad. It's never that person. It's what's in that person that causing that person to do the wrong. Now, in America, y'all gotta listen. We have had leaders after leaders. How far have we gotten? What is so great that we have done through our leadership? When you got failed leadership, that's the problem. Why is failed leadership the problem? Because we have sinful people guiding us and telling us how we ought to live, what we ought to dream about, how we ought to live. And we point our finger at other people because we have problems. And the problem is sin. So we got Martin Luther King, we got Malcolm X, we got Al Sharpton, we got Jesse Jackson, we got all these leaders who have failed us because they can't live forever. But the leader that can help us navigate through this life that live forever is God. But we don't rely on him. So we always saying black people don't have no leadership. Black people don't have no. Why black people don't have no leadership? Why we need a leader? We should be able to come together and work out our own problems amongst our own selves. Everybody else does it. We're not handicapped in that aspect. We can do it. We gotta work with each other. Now, I'm gonna go to James. Go to James. If this is James, you don't have to go, but if you want to, turn to James chapter 1, verse 19. And I want to show you something. James chapter 1. James chapter 1, verse 19. Amen. It said, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear. Sometimes you just got to shut your mouth. God, dog, you got one mouth and two ears. So just shut up sometime and just listen. If your spouse got something to say, man, shut up and just listen to her and see what she got to say. Now you can evaluate the whole thing. How can you judge a matter before you hear it? It makes no sense. Huh? And then it said, be slow to wrath. You come and it's a problem in the house. You're not ready to address the problem. You're ready to address the woman. And if it's vice versa, the woman not ready to address the problem. She ready, I knew you were going to do this. You're a psychic or something? You don't know nothing. Huh? People do what people do because it's something inside of them that causes them to do it. If it's good inside you, you're going to do good. If it's evil inside you, you're going to do evil. That's all it is. If you got problems all the time in your house, something ain't right. How every weekend we don't have a good time unless it's drama. Drama. Oh, we had a good time. Oh, such and such cut up. Such and such cut up. What sense does that make? Why we can't have 51 weekends of good understanding with each other? Why we can't have that? We got to have 52 years of just trouble. Black people, oh, we just trouble. It don't make no sense. So we got to start dealing with the problem, and the problem is us. Something is wrong with us that got us defiled. Something. Now, 1 verse 20. It's for the wrath of man working out the righteousness of God. So if you coming with a problem in your household, man or woman, now you going to get some straightening. Oh, I'm finna go straighten this out. Your wrath is not going to do anything good for God because you come with your own self. You're not trying to figure nothing out. You think you know the problem is. You think the problem is your other behalf. If she made a mistake, it's something she did, and if it's an honest mistake, and you fight back at her hard, it ain't going to help her. It's not going to make her feel good about herself. She'll be scared to do anything. But if you sit down and say, baby, look, what you did was out of order, wasn't right, but this is how we're going to fix it. You don't think that woman will start loving you more and more? If she make a mistake and you say, this is what was wrong, let's fix it, and let's try not to do it again. I'm guilty of that myself. I told you not to do that. Why you going to do it that way? Now look what we got to do. Now she already feel bad. Now you finna help her feel even worse. Let's deal with the problem. This is what happened. This is what the problem was. Let's deal with the problem and move forward. And I guarantee you, when you error in a decision that you made, she'll have that same compassion. Because she's going to remember how you were with her. Because you dealt with the problem and not with her. You didn't blame her. She already, or he already know he to blame. You know, anytime you got two people, and two people got a disagreement, it ain't two problems. It's one problem. Because when a man and a woman come together, they become what? One. Ain't no separate issues in their life or in the home. It's that man and that woman got to deal with one issue, and that they got to come together and make it right. That ain't no two issues. That's division. Huh? How can division be right in a house? And y'all don't got married, y'all say y'all gonna do this forever. Can't look for a way out. Ain't no loopholes in this. You got to be real from day one. Lord have mercy. We got to do better. Let's go to James chapter 2, verse 14. James chapter 2, verse 14. We dealing with some things here. And sometimes you just got to shut up and listen to your wife. And sometimes the wife got to shut up and listen to the husband. And the wife ain't got to let the husband be the man. And the man ain't got to let the wife be the wife. That's already done. You can't let me have what I already am. You're not giving me nothing. I'm already the man. And I'm not giving you nothing. You're already the woman. So let's exercise in our proportion. That's all we can do. And work together. She helped me, I help her. That's all it is. 2:14. Now watch this here. Watch this. Now we finna get deep now. Y'all watch this. We finna get deep now. Listen. What do it profit my brethren? This is James chapter 2, verse 14. What doeth it profit my brethren? Though a man say he has faith and have not works, can faith save him? What verse 15? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and filled, notwithstanding you give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? Now, what we just read, now it's a problem because a person don't have. But we always look and say, look at her on the street. Look at him on the street. They don't have a bad life, and that's why they're on the street. That is not going to help that person. That is not going to help that person. If you see that person all the time, you ask them sometimes, what can you do to help? But no, we don't do that. We look at each other. It's like we enemies of each other. We hate the way we look. It's just sometimes it just seems like if I see a black brother that look like me, he hate me for reminding him of what he looked like. That's what it seems like. Vice versa with a sister. When she see a sister that look like her, she hate that sister for reminding her that she's black. Where did that come from? How do that help one another? Nobody say, good morning, sister. Good day, sister. How you doing, sister? We walk by each other like we don't even know each other. But if a person don't have food or don't have clothes and you never help them, did you address the problem? But talking about the problem to somebody else never fix a problem. The problem is still there, even though you see that person naked or destitute or need clothes in the wintertime, and you do nothing to help them, nothing to encourage them. But you blaming the person for being in that situation. How is that helping that person? Because you blame them for being in that situation. They know they're in that situation better than anybody. So we have to look at ourselves and evaluate ourselves and make better decisions. By telling a friend about a situation or a problem doesn't help the problem. You see somebody in need. I saw her yesterday. I saw him yesterday. He out here today again. That's going to help that person a lot. Because you just told somebody else, right? Well, I don't like to give money to people because they might go buy drugs. So what if your person that you work for said, I'm not going to pay such and such because I know he's going to go buy alcohol? How would you feel then? If a person works for the money, whatever they do with that money, that's their money. You ain't got no control over that. If you're going to give money to the homeless or somebody in need, let God deal with it. You just do the good part. And let God get the glory. You want instant gratification when you give somebody something. You want to see how well they're doing so you can beat your chest saying, I helped that person. That ain't what it's all about. Fix the problem and feel good about fixing the problem and leave it be. Stop worrying about what you don't did, looking for some kind of self-gratification like you did something so good. It don't make no sense. We have to address the problem. No matter what, address the problem. And I can't tell you nothing by myself, so I have to go through this book. And that's what we as black people, we got to stop relying on men to get us out of what we're in. We got to stop relying on actors, ball players, comedians to tell us how to fix our problem. How can a person of a sinful nature tell you how to do something good? What's in a person is what's in a person. How can a person to sit up here and say, we need to treat our women good, we need to do better with our women, but they go to the strip club? That's blasphemy. That's hypocrisy. Why would, all this going on right now today. We say what we need to do to our women, how we need to encourage our women, how we need to help our women, but we'll go to a strip club. We got to do better, people. We can't keep downgrading each other. And women can't keep downgrading the men. If a man out there digging a ditch, that's what he's doing. If he climbing a tree, cutting down a tree, that's what he's doing. It ain't nothing wrong with speaking to the brother or speaking to the sister, whatever they're doing, encouraging them. We don't encourage nobody. We don't tell nobody nothing good. We like self-absorbed people. And we seeing our whole community all around just crumbling down. And nobody is trying to fix it. We keep looking to men. We keep looking to women to pull us out of this rabbit hole. It's not going to happen. We got to get into the book, understand what the book is, address the book the way Jesus said. People say, no. We got preachers and we got pastors and we got all these people and they keep talking about this. No. You get in the book. You understand what the book says. That's how you make your warfare. I'm not going to make my warfare based on what somebody else say or what somebody else think. I'm going to make my warfare based on what the winning man say. Huh? God, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. If we get them, then we're going to win. But if we keep leaving them out, we're going to stay in this rut. We'll never get out. Because we think it's okay for our women to be naked on TV, or shaking their booty on video, and our men to be drinking and smoking, and we having these babies and the babies coming out with problems. We the problem. We got to come together collectively, and it got to start with one family. And we got to work together to get ourselves out of the rabbit hole. St. John chapter 9. St. John chapter 9. St. John chapter 9. And I'm going to show you, you deal with the problem, not each other. You can't fix nobody. Take God to fix her heart. I told her, I gave her a piece of my mind. So, did it help her? Now she angry at you. Now you feel good because you seen it. Did you tell her in love? Did you tell him in love? Or did you try to exalt yourself? Didn't we just read in James that the righteousness of man working not the righteousness of God? No, your evil deeds don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. St. John chapter 9. Watch St. John. Watch this. St. John 9. What? And Jesus passed by, verse 1, and saw a man which was blind from his birth. Now watch his disciples. And the disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents? Listen what they blaming. They blaming each other. They blaming the parent or the son. It ain't got nothing to do with them. That this man was born blind? Now watch what Jesus said. Jesus answered, neither has this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. Now, let me break this down to y'all. The man was born blind for God to get the glory. Somebody might be naked or destitute. Somebody might need food. God put them people there so you can come through and help them people so God can get the glory. Instead of asking something stupid or laughing, God want to use you to help somebody so he can get the glory. You get no glory. But we see other people in destitute or in need, and we say he did something or his parent did something. Let's deal with the problem. If God want to use you to fix the problem. That's what he want to do. He want to use you to fix the problem. Stop speculating about everything. Thinking you know something. You don't know nothing. He was born in that situation. He had to deal with that situation. If you can help him, you help him. Yeah, that's all. Listen, either we going to get it together and keep blaming other people, and we know we the problem. If we got our own people in Chicago killing themselves every day and there's no uprising, nobody says nothing, but soon as one cop kills one black person, we want to shut down the whole system. We are laughable people because we're putting a picture like we can kill each other, we can slaughter each other. We don't want to fix our problem, but we don't allow you to get involved in our problem and help us because we can keep killing ourselves, we can keep destroying ourselves, we can keep raising our children without a father and without a mother. We can keep this bad behavior going on. Don't tell us how to live, and if I'm wrong, don't tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me I got a problem. Huh? Because sometimes a person that have a problem, they don't even think they got a problem. They think they all right. But somebody got to tell them, if they wet, look at me, you wet. If you stink, you stink. It's like telling a person their breath stink. Nobody ever want to tell a person their breath stink. Nobody ever want to do that. So you lie to them by not saying nothing. But now you'll go tell your friend, God, sister, breath, who is stink? That's really good. That's really going to help everything. You didn't address the problem. All you did was mess it up. And we good at doing that. And we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. St. John chapter 21. We got to stop doing things, man, that causing a problem. Ain't nobody else that got us bogged down. It's all, you don't make it because you're a little successful. If you got a little money, everything ain't easy. And just because I got a little money, I might have like $10, but I mean, hey, that's my $10. And I worked and I got them $10. Everybody want to be rich. Rich what? Oh man, it don't do what make you stupid. You get money, you get stupid because you don't know how to handle money. If we can't fix our problem, they're going to give us reparation. Reparation, we get all that money. We're going to be a bunch of people with money and they learn nothing. They'll get it all back in 10 years because we don't know how to deal with our own problems. You can't give people money who ain't ready for money. They'll get the money right by. Well, man, St. John chapter 21, verse 21. Y'all watch it. And Peter seeing him, said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do? Jesus said unto him, if I will that he tarry till I come, what is that to thee? Now listen, Peter just talked to Jesus. He just talked to Jesus in the previous chapter. I think same chapter back up. Yeah. He just talked to Jesus. And Jesus told him what to do. In verse 15. Now, I'm going to read this verse again, 21. Peter said unto him, Peter seeing him said to Jesus, Lord, and what shall this man do? He asking about somebody else. Stop worrying about somebody else and let's start fixing the problem. So now, let's go to verse 15. Now, this was Jesus challenged Peter. So when they had dined, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He says unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, Feed my lamb. What Jesus is telling people, stop worrying about what other nationalities doing. Stop worrying about what white people doing. Stop worrying about what Mexicans doing. Help our people. Get ourselves together. Feed the lamb. Feed the babies. Teach the young women how to be young women. Teach the young men how to be young men. Tell them something positive. Don't tell them, oh, he going to be bad because they came from over there. That he going to be bad because he came from over there. Everybody came from somewhere. Come on, man. So stop worrying about he ain't going to make it because of this. Listen, he ain't going to make it because you ain't helping him. We ain't helping him. Huh? Okay, verse 16. He said unto him again a second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He says unto him, yeah, Lord. Thou knowest that I love thee. He said unto him, feed my sheep. Now, what he's saying, feed the adults. When you get together with adults, stop talking about other things, other people. Talk about problems. Fix problems. Come together and talk about positive things, what we can do moving forward. If we want to build black businesses, let's build black businesses. Oh, I don't like doing business with these people because that don't work. People take your money from different nationalities and different colors, and you run right back to them. So the one person that look like you do you wrong, you cancel the whole society? Don't work like that. Now, he comes to 17, and he says unto him again the third time, son of Jonah, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he says unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said, Lord, thou knowest all things. We know everything that's wrong in our community, in our relationships, on our jobs, at work, wherever. We know what the problem is. Let's deal with the problem. And stop blaming each other and deal with the problem. One lady, I'm closing. One lady was caught in adultery. St. John chapter 8. They brought the lady to Jesus. And they said, this lady was caught in the very act of adultery. Now listen what they say. They say, this lady, but where the man at? They say this lady was caught in the very act of adultery, but where the man at? They only caught the lady? How can a lady do adultery by herself? Now Jesus go on and deal with it, and I'm not going to read it, but I'm going to tell you, they accused her. They hear what Jesus was going to say because it was a trap. Jesus stooped down on the ground and wrote. And they asked him again. And when Jesus replied, you know what he said? It's the same thing that got us boiled down right now. He that is without sin, let him, her, cast the first stone. Since you're so perfect, cast the first stone. You ain't never did nothing wrong. Stop blaming each other for our faults and let's work together. And when Jesus finished with that lady, he stood up and he said, now, lady, who are thy accusers? She said, no one, Lord. And know what Jesus said? He dealt with the problem. He said, now go and sin no more. Because sin is the problem for everything in our lives. Until we get to the man who can fix the problem, we going down. We not going to make it. We not going to make it. We in trouble. Sin got to be eradicated. Only Jesus can eradicate sin. And he told that lady, he said, go and sin no more. That was the problem. It wasn't the man she was with. It wasn't her. It was sin. Let's stop blaming each other and come together as people and loving people and love one another. And stop pointing the finger and start using those fingers to help elevate each other. And help each other work together. I thank y'all for tuning in. Time is up. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. We can do it, but it's going to take Jesus. I don't care what they say about anything. Ain't no other deity in the world can do what Jesus is going to do for us if we allow him to be the principality of our lives. Thank you so much. God bless you.